Hi there guys, this is Techninja117 here. I'm here with Falric, and we're going to be doing a League of Legends series actually. So this is kind of the beginning video to it. I do know the audio quality really kind of sucks. Falric's headset isn't the greatest thing on the face of the planet, but we're gonna be dealing with that before we do the next video, because we kind of did the entire commentary and then realized that it was going to be a little iffy. With no further ado, here's the game.
Yeah, you can hear us, you can still hear the background a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you still want to have the sound effects, but you don't want to have,
Exactly. So yeah, if you hadn't noticed, we're actually figuring out how to use this little replay video, little replay program
Nick
here.
is, I know how to use it.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm derping. Yeah,
Nick's derping everywhere.
Anywho, just in case we didn't mention it previously, Techninja117 here. I'm playing as Techninja in this game because I was actually in it early enough to actually get the username. And we have Falric here with us. I think that's what you want to pronounce it as.
Yeah, that's technically how it was pronounced when I stole it from World of Warcraft,
Okay,
but you know, that's all right.
So we got like super duper leash going on here for Nunu. We're just gonna help him beat the hell out of wolves and then blue.
Yeah. I guess it should be said this is going to be something we're going to try and do on a semi-consistent basis. We do usually play anywhere from 2 to 3 games a night. Usually we try and pull at least one game a night that we can actually use as recordable video. Little background on both of us in this game. I was Nick sucks. I was a 1600 ELO player for anybody who actually knows what that means at one point during Season 1 and the mid-season break.
I only played like 4 games of ranked and ended up as 1300, so I guess that was pretty good.
Yeah, 1300 is barely out of ELO hell, but that's actually a positive start for a lot of people because you got to start somewhere.
So only 5 games, and that was pretty decent, I think. So.
Basically, a lot of this video series, I'm kind of looking at it as a little bit of self-reflection on a lot of stuff, see what I'm doing wrong. I don't watch my replays as much as I really should to actually see what's going on. And
I think we should do a hell part to the series too, like where we're bringing a level 1.
I was thinking about that. I think, but I was also thinking we could use it, focus on using it as a training tool for you to maybe try and do some ranked videos duo or something someday too.
Possibly, yeah, definitely. So, I mean, that's something I'd like to do. I mean, we had a ranked team. We're kind of inactive at the moment, but this is just pretty much because we kind of got everybody split up. One of our members is in Italy currently, and Florida and everything right around right now, so it's just, not working out so well. And, I mean, the bulk of us are from, Parma, Ohio, so...
All of us are actually from here.
From the Parma
Some
area,
of us are just spread out. Basically, what this series is going to be a lot of going over is positioning, where you should be. You'll see me play pretty much anywhere on the map. I can jungle, I'll solo top, I'll mid, probably as much as I jungle. Those are usually my 2 strongest points. I will AD carry. I support if I actually have to. I really hate playing support. Here you'll see our first kill of the game. I'm actually going to get killed by the fact that I was exhausted. I knew there was no way for me to get out, so I figured I'd do a little damage to Derek before I actually died. Mid-battle in this game basically is going to be just a cluster F of farm.
It's just going to be farming all around, and Xerath actually could break my shield just with mage chains or his artillery.
Knowing from personal experience, he uses a similar page strategy as most of my casters.
Yes,
to go 22 AP initially means you also have Magic Pen, which means a low magic resist champ such as Morgana is going to eat a lot of damage early game. To be honest with you, the page is not set up for an aggressive late game. It's set up for a purely aggressive early game, which will, in fact, set you up for a strong late game. The fact of the matter is, most champs that use that are snowball champs. I do it on Morgana, I do it on Lux, which everyone says isn't a snowball champ, but I will tell you, from personal experience, she's a snowball laser you want to be with her.
Yeah, I mean, really any champ you can do if you go hard enough with it, you can snowball.
Here I go, just missing on a booter kill. Yeah, because he
just
shield
popped his shield up, yeah. We got Mallow running up here.
He's going to end up dying because of that. Actually, nope, Nunu comes in to save the day.
Now because Nunu's going to go on ahead and ignore Shaco.
I think I'm going to end up with that. Shaco's going to get out. Nope, actually he screws up and tries to pop the wrong way. Ends up in between the 2 of us. I think I run into it.
Yeah, you run back into it.
I run into a trap. I knew it was there and I hit it once. Here he goes stealthing away because now he's got us where he wants.
And I just tried to fire something off, maybe to try and find him as he's getting out.
See, that's kind of a situation where if I was really paying attention, I just said, hey Nick, make sure you just double back because we knew where Shaco was going to try and get to. But I did still get the kill off of it.
So I mean, we're gonna
end up with a double here.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, Oh, yeah, I got it.
Smack him right there, yeah.
And here comes Zareth to basically
my
melt.
ass is gonna get.
He lands the stun. I get in there. I do believe he flashes away.
Yeah, he flashes out.
The perfectly played Shaco, I will say for this game, their Shaco is very good at getting away and helping people to get away. Yeah. Just a random off-road question, wise. Shaco or Shaco? Which do you prefer?
I definitely say Shaco.
Everybody I know says one or the other. I go varying ways depending on the time I'm saying it. I don't know why. You'll see our whole team decides to tower dive here. Not really sure what the game plan was. There's a Tarek, Shaco we knew was back up by this point for some health. Our Mordekaiser is desperately trying to get Zareth, gets away with it, but it really wasn't the best we could have hoped for because we end up basically trading 2 kills for 3. I stuck around because, you know, I was trying to help out my teammate.
We just got too greedy.
Unfortunately, I think I do end up killing Shaco, yeah, because I actually blinded him at the right time. This is the power of teamwork, to be honest with you. You actually, he's deceptively strong because I basically get 1 point in everything and then stack my poison, so I get a lot of damage over time early. People don't realize that you're necessarily going to be doing it. They don't necessarily take advantage or realize that it can be so bad, especially when a team can blind an auto attack champ like both of them were. Shaco early game is relying entirely on auto attacks. He'll shift once in a while, and Udyr is entirely auto attack, so I can negate most of their damage. I'd like to say this game stays on this kind of trend for me, but I know it doesn't.
Alice is going to be correct.
Yeah, Tarek actually wasted a flash. I mean, there's absolutely no reason he should have flashed there, but you know what? That's good for us because it puts it on cooldown for quite a while. That's one thing, especially you'll see in the jungling videos. I'll talk to it more about at length. When you're ganking, getting someone to use a flash is just as good as a kill a lot of times because it's going to set up the next kill. Yeah. That, again, Shaco putting a trap in the perfect place. It wasn't necessarily meant to absorb the bind. It was more meant to, obviously, fear everyone away. But it did its job. It got everyone out of there alive.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to run into Zareth in the jungle here.
Yeah, I think he actually was just right there waiting for you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of...
Didn't do a whole lot of damage to me, though. Like,
Zareth's spells don't like playing because of how they're designed, I guess. During, you know, when the replay viewer showing if you're not on screen with him. I don't know why that is with him. You'll see me just kind of... I hang back. I'm only last hitting. I'm wanting them to push because our Nunu has been pretty aggressive and kind of been all over the map so far, so I'm...
Nunu was actually definitely a good
I was under the assumption he's going to be back down here soon enough, so if I'm only last hitting, the lane's not going to push. I'm going to be able to get a few free shots off here on Shaco, which doesn't look like it does a lot because you get a heal off from Tarek, but at the same time, it's wasting some mana. Our Pantheon missing the spear shot, he hits a creep. Zareth here, Zareth can basically melt everything in a creep wave once he gets a little bit of AP built up.
I generally just end up just barely missing my buttons. The way I play Morgana is I just kind of do tickle range. I'm usually pretty good with skill shotting, but playing far out range does tend to make you miss a little more often than hit. I'm generally better in like a chase down situation though. So
that's most people with skill shots. I play entirely different when I'm playing skill shot champs, to be honest with you, especially with Morgana. I will get very close up. I will make sure that bind hits because I will ulti as soon as that bind hits.
Plus, I think at this point, I mean, what? I just hit 6.
Yeah, you just hit 6. You only have your tier. Yeah, you only have your tier. You're way underfarmed if you look at your CS. I'm sure it's in a great state.
33 right now versus 36, which really isn't that bad.
I'm only at 30, but I also have 5 kills, which doesn't make up for the lack of farm.
Yeah, when I'm sitting at 1 and 2, so at least I'm kind of holding my own, but I'm not doing.
Yeah, I believe it's right after this. There, it kind of starts just.
Well, because I mean, I have 2 levels in shield currently, and he's just going to end up taking out the entire shield with either mage chains or his little artillery shocks.
Well, yeah, that's the point. So, he has ability power per level. It's like because you can look at it, he's up to 46 AP with no more items that actually give him AP.
Yeah.
Here goes the death on me. Shaco is then hit by Mallow with Lulu. The slowest ever attempted kill by the support fight. Which are always the most epic to watch.
Because, support metal going on down here. So Mallow retreats back to the tower, and Tarek just kind of like helicopters away. I mean, really, there's not really anything that either one of them are going to do to each other. So I mean, it's just kind of funny to watch them.
Yeah, it's gonna be nothing but a stun, a heal, and a shield, and a stun, a heal, and a shield everywhere.
Yeah, and a polymorph every once in a while.
Yeah,
turn Tarek
You
into
will see that our Pantheon is overextended. He does have a ward down, so that's not a bad situation to be in necessarily. I don't remember who's jungling on their team. Oh, yeah, that's right, Udyr. He hasn't really popped out a lot, to be honest with you.
which I'm okay with.
For a Udyr, here goes.
This is the game plan kill right there.
He's eating tower shots for absolutely no reason. He's gotten himself entirely out of position. That's 3 tower shots for no reason whatsoever. He's now, because he's locked over here, isn't actually able to take advantage of the pushback on the lane and actually get some tower damage in. Our Nunu is calling for the gank on Xerath. Lands the slow ball, but
which, I mean,
Xerath is going to flash out of that.
Yeah, and I had nothing that I could actually land
Nunu,
through
unfortunately, yeah. Tech there with the slight whiff, assuming he was going to walk backwards.
Usually people don't run through that gap in the tower, though.
Yeah, most people actually do anymore, to be honest with you. I know we both quit playing for quite a while.
Yeah, we were out for like 3 months just because
it was kind of a... The metagame has changed. It's entirely different. A lot of the champs I used to play, I mean, I'm not going to try and list off lists anymore off the top of my head right now.
There's too many of them for you to list.
Yeah, there's a lot of champs that don't really even fit into the way the game is played. I mean, the standard play is melee champ top, jungler, AP carry mid, and then you have an AD carry and support or tank bottom. Most of the time, the top will either be a melee tank or your jungler is going to be a tank, and then the other, or vice versa. I do tend to play either a tank jungle with Shyvana, or I do play aggressive junglers outside of her, to be honest with you.
So that mid, that's right, that was where Xerath, I was talking about, he nukes down my shield in one thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, we missed that.
Change directly on me, and just artillery me, stun me for utter
Xerath
stun me, and I had nothing that I could do.
He goes into artillery mode, and his ulti can basically hit from tower to halfway through mid lane. It's a design function for him. He's the only champ with that kind of range, but he is immobile while he's in that form. I do have a game where I was against Xerath. I don't remember if I recorded or not. If I did, we may have to put that up at some point. But the key with Xerath is making sure that you're close and you're dancing, so that when he goes up into artillery form, you can get underneath him and do some damage. Because if you can get underneath him, his Bane nuke is a skill shot. So you can get close enough to dance behind him, you'll miss, and you'll end up with, here I go with, I knew I had a shroom there, so I took advantage of it. Shaco, I think I accidentally target the clone here, and no, I started targeting Tarek randomly. So I get him. I figure out which one Shaco is, because he did bounce, and unfortunately, our Nunu didn't get in there for the kill, but he got the last hit on me first, because my Q did not go off.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while, but it's a good thing that we actually ended up finishing that off, because if not, that would just end up
3 for 2, still acceptable. I mean, you don't necessarily want to do that. Teemo's up to 7 and 3. They didn't get any kind of kill gold off that because I had gotten killed earlier.
Still
Get
getting
up
so
killing
far at the
spree.
moment, so I mean, it's...
You can see I'm building towards my Madreds already, which by 12 minutes in is pretty good shape to be in. I already have tier 2 boots, Malady, and attack speed bonuses everywhere pretty much.
And this makes me sad because, I mean, it's 13 minutes in, I don't even have my,
I was wondering what your plan was here, because you didn't even have boots yet at this point. I mean, I know we use different builds.
I usually rush the hell out of Archangel to get some AP and start my snoop.
I agree with your tier rush, because you want to get that to start getting the mana stacks, but they transfer over, so I think in a lot of ways, personally, that you're better off getting boots early, just for the fact that it does allow you to escape situations like Xerath trucking right at you.
That is true, but I don't know, the Archangel stacks are actually a little, like, they're 1 mana bigger, so I mean, I don't know, the trade-off really isn't that great.
Are they actually different?
Yeah, they're 1 mana bigger.
Okay.
Where the tier, I think, gives you 3,
I thought it was 4. Go ahead and click on it. I thought it was 4 and 4 now. I think they did change that with a recent patch. Yeah, see, it is 4 and 4.
So we'll check it out when I get my Archangels, just to see if there's still...
And there goes, yeah. Basically, we just watched someone get gibbed. That would be the term I would use there. Our Nunu is dumb enough to stand directly in an ulti, but does manage to get the kill. Runs away from a couple easy tower hits to the top for some reason.
Yeah, so not really sure what that was. Down here, there's a little bit of damage going on.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, this is the best case scenario for us bottom. It's a ranged champ and a ranged support. Shaco has to get in close to really do damage. I'm keeping the river warded if Nick would be so kind as to scoot up there with my standard 3 mushroom spread. It's just Teemo shields everywhere. The best thing you can do is don't just shroom the bush. People know if there's a Teemo, that's where it's going to be. Put him in the river, you're going to actually hit somebody with it in a probably save your life.
You just make shroom walls everywhere. That's the whole thing.
Pretty much. You don't just rely on one shroom to do the job. Use 2 or 3 if you have to. They come back off cooldown every 20 seconds or so. There's no reason you shouldn't.
So we got the new
Deer's in our jungle. Nunu does have both buffs, so obviously Butter did manage to get ours. There is this thing going on this whole game where those buffs can bounce around so much. There's so many kills going on.
Yeah, I mean, if you look right now, it's 15 minutes in, 16 to 11. I mean, that's a little insane.
This is non-standard game by far.
Kill breakdown. You can see our AD carries doing this for
yeah. The only thing I'm not doing is I'm getting out creeped by a Pantheon, which is kind of sad for a team.
Yeah,
but
just a little bit.
It happens. The 7 kills and 5 assists do make up for it significantly when you're talking 2-0 versus 7, 3-5.
Oh yeah.
Teemo is one of Squishy's carries. I unfortunately tend to go glass cannon on him very early in the game just to get a lot of kills and kill opportunities. You'll see me in Terrorist on here. Bad decision on my part. I knew he was. I heard the shroom go off, but I didn't acknowledge it. Instead of running when I got into there, I actually stayed and tried to fight, which was a bad decision. Mallow did get his ult off on me, which actually breaks me out of any crowd controls and gives me a full speed buff. So that was
actually Xerath down to seal the deal. I unfortunately didn't notice him.
Yeah, I did at that point, I believe, actually say something on vent as in, like, get the hell back, because I saw Xerath standing in that bush while I was dead. If you are in Ventrilo and you are playing LoL, when you're dead, if you're not buying something, you should be
you're the
watching
team's eyes at that
yes.
point.
You need to be pinging, you need to say, alright, everyone's moving bot, we need to have top push because we have time to do it right now. If you look at our top, Pantheon is beyond their tower again. Knowing where their team is, this isn't a bad idea. It's not a common practice, I would say, to go ahead and do. It does allow your creep wave to get to the tower unmolested, so they do get there faster. If their team's going to be around, you're going to end up dead. Not sure why Pantheon did that and then walked away. That's really the prime opportunity to get some damage on the tower.
I was trying all sorts of different combos versus Xerath here. Like, I mean, I was trying, like, putting up the shield after he mage chained me, putting up the shield as it was coming in, doing all sorts of fun stuff. But, I mean, it just was no use. It ended up just blowing right through it no matter what he did, so it wasn't exactly the best situation for me.
As you'll see, Mallow's going to be here. I'm going to start, I know Shaco's been now. I'm going to take advantage of that situation to start pushing down bottom lane a little bit harder. We did get the tower down there during this time. I'm going to start heading mid. There's one mistake you can make as a team, especially if you don't build Frozen Mallet or Rylai's early, depending if you're going attack damage or ability power teamo. That is being on your own with only 1400 health.
Yeah. It usually tends to lead to
I will get locked down by Udyr. I will be able to blind him for a little while. Nick unfortunately missed the snare there because Udyr went the other way. I'm more focused on Xerath, not paying attention to the fact that Mallow is getting wrecked by an Udyr in the middle of their jungle. They drop a ward, I drop a shroom. Somebody lands a bind. We're not sure on who. I thought about running around the corner and I went, yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
Well, there's 4 of them over there. I was just doing it for harass damage, really. I mean, I tend to do that a little bit, just trying to go for some sort of harass.
Coming from somebody who played...
Then I just get
that's the problem.
It's still
here, I'm trying to spread out poison everywhere, but unfortunately I'm going to get nuked because they know that I'm the one with 8 kills. I'm the one that's going to kill people. I'm the one they need to focus down. The Ashe video, you can see I did a much better job of staying behind our team. To be honest with you, and it's funny to say, I started off playing primarily AD carry. At this point, I'm so used to not playing AD carry that the concept of I'm not the one that should be going in, I'm not the one that should be in the front of the team, is kind of foreign to me a lot of the time, and ends up with me being in stupid situations when I'm way up on kills when I shouldn't be giving them the opportunity to shut me down. At 8 and 5 even, I'm still positive obviously, but I'm starting to die too much compared to everyone else on our team. If you look at the overlay, it should be...
Except for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have bad games. I mean, Xerath and Morgana is pretty much a bad matchup for Morgana 89% of the time, especially if you don't get boots early against him.
Well, see, I finally got my boots, but see, look at that. There we go. Shield was up, just got totally destroyed by
Well, yeah, he's going to blast your shield down until you get a lot of AP stacked up. I mean, unfortunately, until you get your death cap, your shield isn't going to be strong enough to actually survive.
Exactly. I mean, that was the whole thing. It just wasn't, like, that's why I ended up having so many deaths. It was just Xerath bind me at will, pretty much. And the thing is, with his abilities, he can do it from behind a creep wave. I can only do it from outside of a creep wave.
Yeah.
Which, isn't exactly the most ideal situation to be in. So we top down here, which is great. and we have
Apparently
the
I
lovely
destroyed
battle
top.
of
Oh, I was up
the,
top.
battle of the supports
Yeah.
going on down here.
This is where, usually, to be honest with you, bottom lane ends up becoming either the two AD carries poking each other for half the game, or the two supports poking each other if the AD carries start roaming for half the game.
So is that miss? Not
Yeah,
gonna get stuck.
he's got the mage chains on you. I mean, that's really not the best time to necessarily be being aggressive, because if he does have his ult up,
I
he's
have
trying
the
to bait
new.
you back. Yeah, but considering that how much damage he's been doing, I'm not saying you particularly, I'm just saying you in general, that's not a situation necessarily I want to be in. By that point, I thought Nick was actually going to go try and snare ball the Taric and start walking that way.
I was going to, but then I noticed there was an Utter back there too.
Another unfortunate miss right between the two. Here comes the Utter out of the middle of nowhere at you. Here I go in the middle. Again, like I said, I need to be back behind the
Just
team.
Nick's still gonna
Big save. Unfortunately, I think Nick actually ends up dying here. Shane
had a summoner heal.
I'm again sticking around when I shouldn't be. End up getting nuked by the other team.
So it's Pantheon versus 4.
And here comes Nunu. Nunu is actually going to kill what he thought was the real Shaco. Take a lot of damage for it. Taric gets away alive. Shaco ends up dying. No, yeah, he does. I thought he did.
This is pretty much just a bad start once again.
No, it's not that we have bad early games. It's just we have one bad matchup that usually forces everything else into certain situations.
We always have the big middle team fight thing. We still haven't lost a tower yet.
Yeah, we're actually, they're finally even with us on kills, which actually is the sad part about this. We were significantly ahead. It was just actually because Xerath was getting so bad. Luckily, got the great snare there. He does get away. I was more focused on trying to kill the Xerath because there was a lot more I should have been actually over there helping Mallow and Tech with the kill on Gangplank. But I did kind of miss that opportunity.
Happens.
Like I said, these are just as much learning experiences for both of us as it is for anybody watching these for entertainment or whatever else have you.
Mostly entertainment, because I fail.
That's why we're going to call these how to fail at in whatever character Nick is playing in that given game.
It doesn't always happen that way. I do have my pro moments.
Yeah, he does have,
games,
every once a week we usually put it at, because that usually puts it in the range of 15 to 20 games. He does have one pro moment. We will have a game where he does have one pro moment. We will be sure to call it out. I'm actually going to make sure he puts some giant text and the Final Fantasy Win music on when it happens.
When it actually does happen too, I think we should go with a dead.
So here I am, hoping to God I got the right Shaco. Randomly, I actually did. He's trying to now chase me with the clone, like a good Shaco should. A lot of Shacos will leave it standing there while they're dead. I'm trying to get away. Nick's chasing it for some reason. Actually pops it and hurts me. Because my move quick was about to proc, but he still freaking does it.
It happens. I wasn't actually aware of the other Shaco kill, I don't think, so.
So, here's the two of us against Xerath. Obviously, I'm half dead. Nick's like, fuck this game. I've died to him, 7 times now? I don't really want to go anymore. 6.
Only 6, yeah.
I'm like, okay, kill a couple jungle creeps, swap back out, just to watch the pool kill and everything.
I needed farm.
You can see a few mistakes on the map right now if you actually look at it. We've got our Pantheon in the middle of nowhere. I'm getting belted. Thank God Nick with the spell shield over, I would have died. Thank God I took enough turn or I would have died. I make the mistake of running back in.
The Xerath makes a mistake of standing in my
I
frame.
still managed to get the kill because somehow my poison dot ticked before Nick's pool dot ticked.
Or my ult proc. he was dead about 6 different ways. And
Yeah. It was kind of an inevitable, but
tried to
yeah,
catch the
Pantheon
Shaco
spent
right
too
there. That didn't
long
happen.
sitting in that bush waiting before he engaged on that fight. Our support really at this point should not be farming bottom lane. I know Gardena may watch this video at some point and actually see me saying that and probably try and kill me. But
he's rather rage tacular.
yeah,
But,
it's a reality. Support needs to be what they are. I know he plays an aggressive support. He calls himself quote unquote nuke support, which I kind of stole the term from him when I played Sona. We'll get a couple of those videos. So I think it'd be quite entertaining if I actually get on a steamroll in one of those games. But
it's not a. We have to get Mallow one of his pentakill AD Soraka carry videos. Those were just trolling.
But it's a lot of little things. I mean, you'll see our Nunu should not be farming bottom lane. If you look at the overlay, your jungler should not be up with your top 2 CSers or top 3 CSers even. Pantheon has spent far too much time farming. It is why he's only 3-1. He should be in more team fights. He should be getting more kills. Here I go down again. I unfortunately made a bad decision again. I tried to get the tower. I knew we were overextended. I kind of saw the game coming in my head, but I thought I could get enough damage off.
Worst part, the tower's down to 105.
That's my question. I thought I was going to get one more hit off. Got stunned and stunned and stunned and stunned and stunned. Now here we see Mallow's getting basically nuked instantly by Xerath again. I'm down to 10 and 8 now, which as your AD carry, that's way too many deaths. It means you're getting out of position way too much. Here comes Nunu in from the side. Nunu's move is channel ability. Leaves him sooner if you want to make sure you get a kill. He unfortunately held him a little too long right there. Probably could have got the Shaco at least slowed him down.
He's going to get wrecked by Xerath with his ulti.
We all have a lot of us that we play with do have a tendency to overcommit, to turn around and get back into a fight when we shouldn't, even though obviously we're too low on health and we will be killed.
But it does win us in the team fights, but it does lose us in games at times.
Yeah,
it's really a trade-off.
It's not even a fair trade-off, because I'd rather lose a team fight than lose a game in a lot of ways, because usually that one person getting back to base and getting back to full health will be able to hold him off long enough for the rest of the team to get back up. Here you'll see Gangplank running back up river. I think he drops a ward on his way through. I know Tarek drops a ward.
Yeah, I think it's Tarek that wards it. Yeah.
No, he actually does it right here. So they actually.
No, he dropped Baron.
Okay, he did.
He just dropped Baron.
Because they.
I knew he dropped a ward there. Yeah.
Your supports really should be doing that by this point in the game. Your supports should be supporting by warding pretty much everywhere. Because personally, I built 3 gold per 5 items. I know Mallow has a full gold per 5 rune page. That tends to allow you to have the excess gold to spend on that. Not to mention you should be getting a lot of assist gold as a support. Our top tower does go down right here. Unfortunately, with an Udyr attacking it fast and the Terex beating on it, it's going to go down. Udyr is powerful enough to tank turrets for quite a while because he can just respam his shield.
Mode, yeah.
Again, I'm out of position. I'm entirely out of position this entire game, which is not something you see out of me very often. I mean, you can ask Nick. I'm probably one of the best people at being where I need to be when I need to be there. I'm again being aggressive. I don't know why I'm trying to push into the tower. I have no good excuse. This had to have been a late game that night. This was either first or last game, because my worst games are either like the first game or the last game because it's 2 in the morning and I have to be at work at 7 o'clock.
It's just like bowling, you know?
Yeah. You always do one too many games kind of thing. Last night, we actually bucked that trend randomly.
Yeah, we'll be uploading that one at some point soon, actually, because that was actually a really, really good game. Really well played.
Here I am, thinking I'm all sneaky. The problem is, I'm out of position again.
Their entire team is
somewhere around me. I don't really know where, because all I have is sight on myself and my Shroom Watcher in the same bush, so I'm acting as a ward for my own Shroom.
I go and pack the tower down, but I'm going to dive.
Yeah, he goes up there and goes, I get to hit it twice, and then it dies, and then he dies,
I just instigate because it seemed like Shaco.
Unfortunately, his ult didn't even get the second into the proc off to take some more damage off. So, I'm actually still pushing bottom lane instead of coming down mid. Your AD carry, yes, should be backdooring if your team is winning team fights. At this point, we're down 4 kills in the game. Your AD carry needs to actually be in your team fights and making sure that they're in a position to be in the winning end of the team fights. Here I go backdooring when I really should be, again, not overextended, like I know I'm going
There's
to be.
Gangplank, who is going to be backdooring you.
Yeah, between Gangplank and then Nunu's over around the corner ulting, which, yes, you do that as a Nunu. That's a great idea because they don't see the AoE for it.
Nobody actually ran into
the only person who did is Tarek, and Tarek by this point is very tanky. Tarek is a support tank.
Catch a Tarek.
Correct. Tarek is what you would call a support tank if you really want to label the character or anything. He's going to get a lot of MR. He's not going to take a lot of damage, and he throws out heals and stuns. Their Gangplank actually was surprisingly squishy for what normal Gangplank is nowadays. But, I mean, you can look at Tarek, see what is that more is that now. I mean, you're talking 111, 137 armor. He's only got 2 tank items, that being his Aegis and his boots. That is a lot of resistance. He has a lot of passive resistance that you do have to chew through. That he can stack 200, 200 and be nearly unkillable. That is the one problem we have with this game. I got a Madrids, which does help, but their team is very tanky. Tarek can take a lot of damage. Gangplank is actually very surprising, very disguisingly beaten character. Mallow gets blown up there, thinking, I believe he said that he thought all of us were coming. The only one who was there was Tech. I was down bottom trying to hold off Shaco and Tarek, which I'm actually doing quite admirably considering I'm just a teamo. You can see I finally got tanky at this point because I got sick of dying, so I went and bought a Phage and a
100 health.
Giant spelt. I mean, you know.
For world's first Atmogs team over here.
It's not a world's first. I've done that several times, and it actually works. Don't laugh. It's won several ranked games when I was actually just solo queuing for the heck of it.
Nice. This is probably one of my worst.
Here I go again.
Really.
I made a terrible decision. I knew they were still in the area because I didn't see them push back. I started running up river, dropping a shroom just to reward basically because Mallow was not warding very well at this point. And out of the bush popped half the team. Because of this, bottom tower does go down, I believe, right here. If not, it's another free Nunu kill. I am almost positive of that. Nunu
Next, we got
stops.
the entire team coming. I think they drop the tower, but then we get both of them.
Yeah, Nunu stops halfway there and then starts again, which is not necessarily the best idea. Of course, another well-played Shaco trap throws off Nunu. Nunu can't decide to target. Nunu does eventually get the better target to be in with the very well-placed ult right there. That actually I think is what gets the Shaco kill. Because he couldn't just jump away. He thought he had to.
And saved me.
Yeah. And Tarek, as you can see, you got 4 people beating on him. Pantheon should not even be there, because Pantheon, if an Udyr runs out of the jungle right now, will be dead. Yeah, unfortunately.
You see, that was what I was talking about. You see that vine right there? That's what I was talking about when I started to scream right there, because it just went sideways, and it was should have just screamed.
This was right before you got your mouse, though.
Yeah, like,
So,
it did.
you'll see, we nearly get ganked. Like, I think he might, I'll say my poison ends up getting him. At this point, my Frozen Mallet is doing what we need. I'm locking down people. I'm getting a lot of damage in. A lot of people, myself included, will go Frozen Mallet, then Dreads. I was off to such an early lead in this game, I thought I could actually cheat a little, go straight to my Madrid to get more damage in. It actually backfired and got me to the point where I was 10 and 10. I'm now back up to 12 and 10.
So actually, as Falric mentioned, I mentioned earlier, that's probably one of my worst. Oh, that's right, and I DC'd too.
Yeah.
So,
Here I am trying to kill Shaco. I'm trying to figure out which one's the right one. Mallow's doing his best to try and help me out. He was pointing it out to me. My brain was not quite functioning to where it should be. I knew the timers. I knew they should be about back up, hence we did back there. Shaco probably could have been killed if I'd been a little more aggressive, but by this point, unfortunately, I was starting to feel a little, I don't know, I guess, punch-happy and punch-drunk, I guess would be the best way to put it. I died too many times. I started getting a little timid in fights when I shouldn't have been. I was getting aggressive when I shouldn't have been. Everybody has bad games. I'll be the first to admit I have some terrible games. Usually, luckily when I have a terrible game, Tech will pull out an amazing game and kind of counter up for it.
But those are few and far between. But actually, as he mentioned, like this was just before I got my new mouse. My mouse actually had died, and we didn't notice it. Like my left click was pretty much unresponsive, and I was just kind of figuring it out at this point. Where I'd left click and it would just kind of not do it. I figured it out like the next day when I was like editing some images and dragging stuff around and just stopped left clicking and selected something else and started dragging around. Like, well, this isn't nice. And then my internet was kind of being all like welfare net that night too.
Well, you know,
so high ping and just disconnect right there. It just wasn't
high quality Middleburg Heights internets, obviously, are on duty again.
Yeah, it was just not a good day.
Here's our Nunu. I mean, he's trying to steal it. Unfortunately, he actually smites it and gives it to Xerath. I'm like, how can I help here? I actually get into a position to stop Shaco from jumping over at him.
And then taking Xerath to the face.
Xerath did not know I was there. Xerath could not have known I was there. They don't have a ward over there because Mallow had just gone around with an oracles and cleaned up wards.
It's probably just lucky shot time.
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, Nunu walks a step too close, pulls me out of stealth. So now they know all 3 of us are there.
Tarek running around over here.
Yeah, that's the worst kind of shape you can be in. Xerath is very long range. Them knowing we were there, Xerath, if he was still around, could have ulted us and actually done a lot of damage. Here I am. Unfortunately, it's kind of like pick your poison here. I'm either going to beat on Udyr, or I'm going to beat on Tarek. Udyr's going to do more damage, so I went after Udyr first. I get the double kill. I mean, as you can see, at this point, I'm locking them down. I've got a lot more MR. I'm up to 58, which on a carry is pretty good shape, because I decided to build Wind's End, because I'm like, I'm done getting nuked by Xerath instantly kind of thought process.
No, I don't really have a whole lot of health, but I gain it back pretty quick. Like,
Yeah, with Morgana's actual static spell vamp, and most people do build a Will of the Ancients, I don't think Nick had gotten to this point because he was so under-farmed by this point in the the game.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't even have
has Rabadon's built yet.
Bad game for me. That's what happens when
You'll
you play a
see.
skill shot or a can't left click, right?
Yeah, we do kind of standard builds most of us use. Some people that I know, not other people in this conversation necessarily, get a little too tied to their builds. They aren't flexible in situations. I've learned over time especially that the biggest key is adapting your build to work in the situation. Tanky teams like this, you need a Madrins. I got it early. It was actually worked out for benefit because as Udyr and Tarek got tankier, it still meant less and less because I'm still taking 4% damage per hit, which is the whole point of it. I unfortunately am deciding to push back middle. It's actually not unfortunately. I know that the three of them are bottom, so I figure I can at least take some damage on middle tower. I see Shaco dropping stuff. I still go into stick around.
So Mallow rolls up.
Yeah, but knowing that Tarek is now heading this way, I should have been backing out, to be entirely honest, because here comes Aerith. I take off like a friggin' bat out of hell. Mallow eats one attack. I drop a few more shrooms just to try and slow him down a little.
I mean, Zareth's wrecking the shit out.
That's one thing most people need to realize with Teemo. Shrooms can be both offensive and defensive weapons. You can use them when you're running away because they do have a slowing effect built in naturally. If you're playing AP Teemo, you actually can drop them and they will slow somebody into the Pantheon gets that. We get 2 kills. They got 2 kills there. Me and Tech are running up middle.
I'm just gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, Tarek lands that. I kind of go, sorry, buddy, but there's absolutely no way I'm turning around and getting into that fight. Our Nunu, trying to be the hero, as it were, does take a pretty good chunk out. At which point, I do believe Teemo. I do believe it's Teemo cleanup squad kind of goes to work here. I unfortunately, I think, target the wrong Shaco, and he's actually out damaging me now. I'm not sure what he has item-wise, but he's actually starting to do a lot of damage to me. But they do manage to come in and get the cleanup. Knowing it's an ace and 35 minutes in, timers, the team is going to be down for a decent amount of time. Deer is going to be the only one still up. I know I'm safe to push it at this point. As the AD carry.
For V3.
Yeah.
And plus, what you do, 3,500 gold, so if they didn't work out, you know.
Yeah, well, as an AD carry, your job is to take down towers. Me and Pantheon are going to be destroying towers. Realistically, this is a scenario where with the two of us, we should be able to push down 2 towers, and I believe we actually do. You can see how fast it's moving. I'm hitting at 2 attacks per second. I back out thinking he's going to go right after me, because if I was that Udyr, I'd have gone for the lockdown of Teemo, who was 90% dead, not tried to get the Nunu that has a ton of health, and then the Teemo can pick away at me with defense.
We should definitely do a library game somewhere, just
to get the crazy event conversations that are going on.
They're crazy event conversations, or just kind of just the general gameplay aspect.
Well, it is. I'm looking at a lot of the early videos we do. It's more of a how-to series for our own benefits. I really want to get you up to the point where we can actually start playing even ranked and doing really well. No offense against you.
Hey, I mean, I was 300 points behind you. Like I said, I only played 5 ranked games.
Yeah, 300 ranked points in Riot's strange system though is actually ridiculous because you only get like 7 ELO per game per win. You lose like 13 ELO per loss. Yeah. But getting up the ranking system takes
it's
years.
really easy to get an ELO hell.
Here you see,
and
I
unfortunately, there's going to be some guy that doesn't play or doesn't do a lot of videos with us, probably not. That I used to play with. He's actually really kind of bad. And I play with him all the time, and it was kind of funny because when I went back and looked at it, I'd look back at my match history and find out defeat, and figure out, oh well, I played with this player. Like constantly during that, and then I'd come back and look and be like, oh well, Falric was in this game, and Falric was in this game, and we won those. I'm like, oh okay, well that works. That doesn't really mark me. I'm not saying that I'm like that I'm outstanding or anything, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't mark myself. I mean, I don't like to say that I'm the best player out of our group of people, but I know I'm good. And I don't try meandering about it. But I've been trying to make it a point to point out to everyone else, try and help out everyone. I want everyone else to play to the same level, so we can start usually doing 5 mans.
Just to make it a point here real quick, our group actually in this game comprises of me, Tech, Falric, and Valentez. I see the other 2 guys are always I say we'll have Phoenix. So
there he goes, blowing up the shake on me again. Nunu is waiting for the, actually does a good job there. He waits for the Zanya's ring to go off, cooldown. side trying to help out. I should have beat out of that.
We're just
16
gonna
and
wreck
11,
the hell out of Tarek.
not doing great, but I am positive. To be honest, this is actually the GG push, I do believe, because I don't think I made it back down for the GG
because we
push.
only got a little while left in the recording. It's probably GG push. But
I do believe our team decides to actually take a few more towers instead of just pushing it straight down middle. Tex valiantly trying to, as a caster, push down middle, while actually the people who should be beating on the face Nexus turrets are walking away from it. Tex needs a shot there from the turret, just as a final moment. Our Nunu is actually beating on the base, everyone else is beating on the inhibitor. Here comes Gangplank. Not doing a whole lot of damage because the Nunu's pretty freaking tanky by this point, to be fair. And he's just consuming minions, and here comes a huge ult because his ult scaling is ridiculous. He unfortunately misses both cases in that one. Gangplank does die. There goes...
And I kill Gangplank, and then Shaco kills me.
And then here goes him dying. Mallow's running down.
This is what you don't want to do, by the way. Run in kind of like one by one.
Yeah.
That's what we're kind of doing. They have 4 people.
It's basically the whole 300 thing. You're running into the hot gates one at a time, and you know what's going to happen. Your numbers mean nothing.
There's a lot of team, like especially when I was playing with the aforementioned other player, that I would see a lot of teams just run in one by one, and you're sitting there going, well, what the hell can I do?
Well, he was known for running in one by one every time he died.
Yeah, even though there's only one of him. I mean, he ran in like half.
Yeah, his battle cry was actually Leroy Jenkins.
I do believe so.
So, unfortunately, you can see the wasted opportunity here. That should have been a GG push, but we did get the bottom inhibitor and the top tower out of it.
So instead of actually winning the game, we just kind of made life difficult.
Yeah. We decided we were going to try and Baron here.
Fed here.
Yeah, you were. I mean, I had CS and I had a ton of kills. That's why I was done with my build by this point. I actually should have bought elixirs. I don't know why I did it, to be honest with you. I just didn't. Mallow's checking to see where anybody's at. We're waiting for Nunu to show up to tank this so I can actually burn it down because I don't have enough lifesteal with this build to actually tank.
Pretty much what we're going to do is just end up with the 5 of us here. We're all going to get Baron, and then we're just going to GG push it right down through. Yeah.
I don't know if actually everyone makes it to the fight. I don't think you actually get there in time.
No, we actually don't make it to the Baron fight. No.
Pantheon, as with his 17th wasted ult of the game, ults in on the fight. I still get the last hit on Baron, mind you.
Yeah, so I mean, even at this point in the game, 25 gold is not worth an ultimate.
Shaco just ran away. I mean,
oh shit. Yeah, they're all here.
Shaco was obviously the one they sent to go check Baron. He's the best choice on their team. Pantheon wastes his ulti there again. Nunu waiting for the Zanyas. Yeah, he waits every time for the Zanyas to go off to actually kill them.
Yeah, actually kind of cleaned it up at the end of this game. I mean,
that's
came back 6 and 11.
Morg is good for that. Morgana, once you hit a certain point, she just starts doing so much silly damage. That's what's going to happen.
Especially if you're rocking twice.
Yeah, if it's actually a team fight,
there. Because at this point, I actually have a decent amount of AP, so my pool is ticking like 2-3.
At this point, I'm just trying to basically. Oh, and they did surrender there. See, that was actually would have been the GG push, but
yeah, I think good game well played to our opponents, and that was actually a very good game.
Yeah, that was a very rough game for us, especially early. I started off very strong, made a lot of silly mistakes, especially going back and watching it. It's fun to watch it, to see the mistakes, so you can know not to do them again.
Most definitely. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and